Hello, everybody. You ready for a spooky one? So, after returning from a 5-year stint as apprentices, these five disparate heroes reunited in their hometown of Gladewell during a solar eclipse. Given a sign that things are no longer copacetic in their village, the gang has been searching for clues. Hello, Scott? Oh, sorry. More technical difficulties.
We're being haunted by Scott.
Yeah.
Copacetic. What an SAT word that is. Copa. How
I'm
do
a
you even
teacher.
spell
I can use
copacetic?
those words.
Oh,
So some of the clues that have been found is that, first of all, giant spiders and other creatures are wandering the forests and threatening citizens. Also, vast changes in growth in Gladewell. And most recently, odd magical residue on some mine ore. Excuse me. So the party is currently on its way into the Iron Seat Ridge to visit the mine. At the moment, they're spending a hopefully peaceful night's rest just off the mine road. Welcome back, folks. We're zeros to heroes. And after a week's enforced rest, we're back in action with our narrative campaign. We thank you for joining us once again here at Dicey Decisions, and we'll remind you that our multiverse campaign, titled Twist of Fate, runs on Friday evenings at 7 Central Time on Twitch. We are missing one of our players tonight, so he will take a back seat as a character, and our four good players are here
wait a second. Hang on.
talking about good boys and girls.
Is that what he said last week when I wasn't here?
Did I? Anyway.
Oh no.
We're going with 4 tonight, and we hope you stick with us because it's a good one. So we pick up our journey on a hiatus as they camp on the side of the road. Pieta, our monk, has just awakened Rip for the watch, and Rip just had a conversation with Grim, Sonny's puppet doll, which is a what do you call it? Conglomerate. It's hard to spit that word out. A conglomerate of animal parts. But it had a conversation while Sonny was asleep with our gnome druid Rip. And so Rip, your time out on watch is drawing to an end. It is very close to the middle of the night, or beyond the middle of the night. It is the darkest, the quietest part of the night. And the next up is going to be Stony. Please roll a perception check one more time.
Good thing I'm really good at those.
Not Stony.
Oh,
Rip.
not me. Okay.
Rip is still awake.
Oh no. That die is still on parole from last week.
All of your dice are in prison. You probably need
Two of
to.
them are two of the three that were in prison are back from prison for attempted murder. Actually technically first degree murder. And tax evasion. That's a for perception. That'll be a dirty 20, which is why this one's out of jail now.
There we go. All right. Welcome back, little die. As you are standing and taking one more lap around your little enclave behind the boulders, and you peek up to look at the road again. The moon is setting in the west. It's the darkest part of the night. You hear a little scritching on the ground, and you see a spider, a regular tiny spider, crawl up the rock and pass you by, heading to the east. And it crawls down the rock and away.
What kind of
You,
spider is it? Like species? Like a little like wolf spidery thing, or
why don't you tell me? It could be anything you want. Just a spider.
um okay. I am going to say it is a little I see it because in the low firelight I can see little flashes of color on it because it's a jumping spider. Um and I would like to see what it does if I try and catch it and hold it in my hands. I want to see if it has a purpose and tries to continue to run the same way, or if I turn, if it tries to jump out at any angle.
Okay. Let's see if you can pick it up by.
Yeah.
Let's see if you just either do an animal handling check or an empty-handed attack,
Empty-handed attack.
like an
Um,
unarmed attack. It's just a
gotcha.
regular attack, but not with a
Okay.
weapon.
Okay, right. I'll take the animal handling for 14.
All right. So this little jumping spider is slowly crawling and then bounce and slowly crawling and jumps. And you cup your hand in front of him and kind of shepherd him into your hand. It jumps out. You pick him back up. And what do you do with him?
I want to look at him like I'm pulling up playing cards, so I am blocking his path out, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch and see which direction he is scurrying. Is he continuing to try and scurry the way he was going when I picked him up? Or is he like any other normal spider just trying to like jump out of my hand at any way it can try and get out?
All right. As you're holding him and turning, you look down and you see dozens more scurrying
Oh,
across, also headed eastward, which is up the hill, actually.
okay. Okay, I'm going to hold him in my one hand and out of my bag take out one of the rations containers that Pocket gave me and shake it out. Shake the food out and put him in there and close him in the little
Okay, so
container.
he's encapsulated in some sort of container.
Now I have a compass
Okay. All right.
or an attempt at one, and I'll set him with me.
Can you see through this container? What's it? Is it like a box? What is the container?
In my mind, they're like a little, like a metal camping container, so I can't really see through it unless I open it up to peek in.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So
Which
you
feels
watch.
more likely than glass containers on a journey like this, you know?
Right. Understood. So you watch the other spiders skitter off across the camp. Uh,
Yes.
they go like a dozen at a time, and you watch
Mhm.
waves of them trickle by for about 5 minutes. Sometimes it's as few as one at a time. Sometimes it's a whole bunch, and then it stops.
To check in on my little friend.
He immediately tries to jump out in the direction the others are going.
I'm gonna close him back in there. Great.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. With what was your perception? Was it a 14?
Perception was a dirty 20. Animal handling was a 14.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. So as you are boxing up your spider, you hear another sound coming from the road. And it's a slow clop of a horse.
Ooh.
Fern, you have been chasing them, trying to follow their trail, figuring that you don't know how far they got, so it's middle of the night. You want to catch them before they leave again. So you have been trailing them, trying to look for tracks on the road. Please roll a survival check.
All right. Okay, that's not bad. It's a 16.
Yeah, not bad, especially for a level 1. So you know that they paused several times. You found a spot on the road where they clearly came to a stop. There were other people who passed by. You even saw what looks like almost a minor scuffle somewhere along the road earlier in the day. And now you're coming up the road and you smell fire, you smell smoke.
Mm.
You don't see anything, but above you, all up the mountain, is just a huge rock field with scattered bushes and trees here and there, but lots of rock scree and some large boulders. You don't know how close you are, so you are going slowly on the horse, scouring the road in front of you. Rip, you see someone on a horse with a cloak and a hood, but you recognize the horse. Walking slowly, the rider is scanning the road. Bless you.
Thanks. That's exactly what that was. Okay. And I recognize the horse, so I know it would be a horse that Fern is riding. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, cool. I would like to carefully and quietly wait. Who is taking watch after me?
Tony.
Because it was almost the end of my watch.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to quietly wake Stony up. Hey, hey.
Yeah, sorry, biscuits and gravy. What?
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Okay, anyways, it's almost your turn, but I think Fern's passing us. I was gonna sneak out to the road and see. Are you gonna wake up?
Fern can find us just fine. I'm certain she's capable enough to find us.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
no, just give me 5 minutes.
I'm gonna give him some little gentle little taps on his cheeks.
Mm,
Okay, wake,
mm.
wakey, 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 wake, wake, wake.
Oh,
Gotta get up.
5 minutes.
Come on,
Oh.
bud. You gotta get up.
Okay. I'm getting up.
Okay,
I'm
great.
up. My eyes are open.
For safety purposes, you got to be awake. Okay, I'm going to be right back. And then I'm going to slip off towards the road and see if I can get a better look just to confirm that it is indeed Fern before I stop her.
Okay, so you sneak out there, and sure enough, you guys see each other at the same time. Eye contact.
She's gonna wave her down. And then very quietly as she can, kind of pull off. As she's been going, has she been noticing spiders as she's been trying to look for tracks and hunt them down?
See, why don't you either roll a nature or perception?
Okay. Let's do perception. Okay, that's a 21.
You have most of the day you've traveled quickly. When it got dark, you slowed down. You have noticed spiders crossing the road, mostly tarantula-sized ones, because the small ones, as you're traveling on a horse, are really hard to see. But you have seen several crossing the road, random times, and they were headed south when you saw them. It's
Okay.
hard not to know what south is because this huge mountain range is looming to the east, and the moon is setting behind you to the west. So you have a very good compass as you're climbing the mountains. But at one point, your horse snorted and stopped and got real skittish, and you noticed off in the gloom, almost out of sight, some large, lumbering creature scrambling across the road.
Oh
And
goodness.
yeah, you went up to the road after it was gone, and you saw spider tracks
And they were going in the same direction.
south.
Okay. Rip, are you all okay? I saw signs of a scuffle.
We're okay. But my watch is about to end, and it's Stony next, and you've seen him try to wake up, right? It's not. And like
Yeah.
you're an elf. You don't really sleep. You just trance, right? He might need help staying awake. I'm
I
beat,
get you.
but he
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
yeah,
I have to ask you though,
sure.
have you noticed anything strange about the spiders around here?
Oh yeah, they're all going the same place, and I'll pull the container out of my rope. I got one. I caught a little one, and he's in here. He keeps trying to go the same way the other ones went.
Well,
And I'll crack it just to show her and then close them back in.
The little jumping spider's got his little things going like this,
Little
and he
pop-outs.
stares at you for a sec, and he bolts for the east and tries to jump out.
Sorry. I need
Catch
you.
him again and set him back down.
can you talk to it?
Yeah, but it takes a lot of energy. I might only be able to do it like once a day, and I figured I would wait until we were all up and ready to move.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, that seems like it could be useful. Have you only seen smaller spiders?
Yeah, I didn't see anything too big. Everything pretty average size. I don't even remember seeing any of those dog-sized ones.
Mm. On my way here, I did come across some larger ones that seem to be going in the same direction. So, if there are spiders coming through this area, we might want to make sure that we're well hidden.
Yeah, I'm glad we're taking watches. Well, you want to
Um,
come check out the camp?
oh, sure.
You
Also,
did a really good job.
did you find Nimbus? Is Nimbus with you?
No, we couldn't find her again.
Uh,
But we figured our best bet would be in the mines. All signs point to the mines, so that is where we're going.
well, let's hope she's not caught in a spider web again.
Yeah, I hope not. We'll keep an eye out for any suspicious web packages.
That sounds like a good plan. You go get some sleep. I'll go bug Stony for a little bit.
Yeah, sleep sounds good. Okay.
Fern, I need you to roll a constitution check with disadvantage, having been riding a horse for an entire day and half the night,
Oh no.
just to see how tired you might be.
Oh, she's very, very tired.
Yeah,
It's a
so you
3.
right, you drop down off the horse and almost just hit the ground,
Oh,
have to grab onto the saddle to catch yourself. You realize how exhausted you are getting to be for sure, and you need to rest.
okay. Uh, has Rip already left me to go?
No, she's
Okay.
he is right there.
Packing stuff.
Say,
patting stuff down. Are you okay?
Yeah, on on second thought, maybe I should rest a little bit. Just just a couple hours, and then I can help out.
Yeah, of course. You've been riding all this way to get caught up with us. Go ahead and get yourself a little pallet together. And I'm gonna look over and see how awake Stony appears.
He's moving around.
Okay.
Just kind of just rubbing his eyes, like he's actually going through his tools right now, shuffling around, maybe looking for a book.
Oh well, that's exciting to him. Okay, I'm going to sleep. That'll keep him up. That'll keep him awake. And I'll wander back over to my pack and bed down.
Cool. The
Fern.
fire is still going, burning really low as Fern starts laying out her sleeping kit. Go ahead.
As she's laying out her little pallet, she keeps sneaking glances over at Stony, just kind of checking in, making sure that he looks like he's gonna be able to stay awake. And as she's almost done, she will meander over to him um, to check in with him. Stony,
Yes, you do need something from me.
did you get my note?
Oh, the note that said "kick me."
Uh, well, hopefully you opened the note. That was not all that it said.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm glad that it worked. Are you okay?
I'm quite all right. You, on the other hand, look like you could use some light resting or whatever it is you do. I'm not exactly certain.
You know, I am capable of sleeping if I want to.
All right, well, feel free. In fact, feel more than free. I encourage you to go ahead and sleep.
I will.
Okay.
Before I do, why did I see signs of a scuffle on my way here?
What signs of scuffle? We weren't scuffling.
Nothing at all. No roughhousing, no fighting any large creatures or small ones.
No. In fact, it's quite, mostly uneventful. There were things that happened, but, no, can't quite think of anything that you might be alluding to. I really can't think of anything.
What happened? You said things happened. What did I miss?
Oh, only that, well, there was a wagon, and there were things inside that wagon that we were not privy to, and there were guards all around it, and, yes, well, I tried lifting the flap, but I was unsuccessful. So the idea I had in mind was to go running towards them, cast my spell, and ascertain whether or not the items inside were magical. And indeed they were. And these fine party fellows kept them utterly distracted, while I very successfully figured this out. So, we did a good job.
You tried to steal something.
No, I wouldn't dare break the law.
Okay, so how were you successful?
I ascertained whether or not the contents inside were magical, and I was successful. They were indeed magical, because it was suspicious. And yet another clue to add to the list of strange things that are happening.
Mm. So you ascertained that it was magical. Do you know what it was?
Yes. And this check is where I'll need your specificity here, because I'm able to see an outline of what is the actual shape of the magical items, and I think Stony would be able to see that. So, what was the general shape? Were there a bunch of glowing things? Was it one specific things? I have here written in my notes that it there was magical in nature, but we weren't able to determine whether it was abjuration or enchantment. You said either one of those. I'm not sure which you decided on.
Yeah. So it would have been a mixture of different magics, mostly enchantment. You would have, or Stony would have seen, like, even though the bulk of the wagon covered by the tarp is, let's say, 5 feet high, the glow was coming from the bottom, which was maybe, a foot in thickness underneath everything else. But it was a bunch of misshapen pieces of substance. You couldn't tell what it was, but it was all different shapes and sizes of this of stuff.
Quite strange, really. Fern, the not only were they trying to hide uh, what it is that they were putting, they added extra security to the detail around it, and I was able to see inside that about a foot deep that there were a bunch of different magical effects going on, abjuration, enchantments, what have you, and that was particularly amorphous, a certain blob. So my theory is that it is some kind of material that they are extracting from the mines.
And you didn't think to try to steal any?
Again, why would I try to steal any? That's breaking the law.
How else are we going to figure out what it is?
We go to the mine and we figure out what they're dragging out of it.
And if what they were hiding isn't something that they took from the mine?
Well, then there are clues, and we follow those clues and make educated guesses.
I should have stayed with you. Well, I will let you get on with your watch. I'm going
Yes,
to sleep.
indeed. All right, have a night.
Yes, you too, Stony. And she's going to head over to her pallet and go into a trance.
Okay. Is there anything that Stony is working on, or are you going to be just on watch?
There is something that he is going to do. Just 1 second here. After a while, I think his book gets a little boring. So he's going to begin experimenting. And he's going to try. He doesn't want to make too much noise near where the party is. So he's going to try his best to not make any. But he's going to sort of set up a little further away where he can still see everyone. And then he's going to begin working on his cube. And you can hear several noises, those within the vicinity.
Mm-hmm. But it's not loud enough to wake anyone.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, let's see. Everyone who's sleeping, make a perception check.
It's a 12.
Let's see. 12. Oh, you sleep through it. Rip.
17.
17. You are slightly bothered by the faint noises coming from Stoney's equipment. You can just roll back over and put something over your head.
Pull my cloak up and over.
Yeah. Sonny?
Sunny got a 7 and Grim got a 13.
Grim, I don't think ever goes to sleep. Grim's just perched. I don't know where you leave it. Is your hand still in it as you sleep?
Yeah, like kind of tucked under the crook of my other arm, but I imagine his head at the sound kind of like turns in that direction. And if Stony were to turn and look this way, you just see the red eye glint of Grim looking over at you.
Right. So Grim got a 13. That's good to know because Grim can also take watch. Maybe if he's really alive. And Pieta got like a 13 as well. So he just rolls over and tugs like his backpack on top of his head and turns away to try to sleep more. So Stony, as you're working, I imagine you get more and more engrossed in your experimentations.
Yes, he's mulling things over in his head.
Right? Are your floating measurements and all the your magical, what am I trying to say,
Yeah,
computations?
he's got like a notepad in one hand, like formulas floating over here, and he's got his cube sort of off there a bit. He's got several tools at his disposal. One is kind of resting in his mouth right now, and he's
Okay.
kind of like fiddling with it. I'm like, yeah,
Do you expect to finish this experimentation before daybreak, before your watch is over, or is this just an ongoing futzing around type thing?
This is just an ongoing sort of like theory crafting, like some like ideas that like may come to him. He may try to like inscribe something on a piece of metal and see what happens when the weave reacts to it. Um, stuff like that.
Okay. Would you say this is Stoney's favorite thing to do?
It's what he's most comfortable doing. It's where he's in his element. So he gets occasionally an idea pops into his head, and he'll give like a slight smile and nod his head and say yes, yes, okay, quite, yes. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, yes, yes.
Would you like to make some sort of check to see how well this goes, such as an Arcana check or?
I would love to make a check to see how well this goes.
Okay, what kind of check are you making?
Let's make it Arcana.
Sounds good.
That is a 17.
Great. Also, please make a perception check.
Good thing I'm really good at perception checks.
Yeah,
That is a 12.
great. So, I didn't tell you to roll perception with disadvantage, although you clearly were. But your DC was much higher because doing the thing that you love the most has totally absorbed your focus. And you are not actually on watch. You keep stopping yourself. You tell yourself, I'll stop every 5 minutes and take a look around. It becomes every 15 minutes, every hour. And before you know it, even though you've been successful, I'm going to say that whatever you're trying to figure out, you've had a success. It's been like you've stumbled across the next step in whichever experiment you're working on. But
Perfect.
by the time you're about to say Eureka or whatever Stoney's going to say, you look around and you realize the sun is up. You're it's daylight. It's not just the sun rising. It is fully in the sky. It's like morning. And there is something sitting on the rock above your party, looking down.
What is it?
Stony, you can't believe this. You're looking at a giant prowling across the top of the rock, kind of looking down at your party sleeping. A giant squirrel with these long saber-like teeth curving down.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Yep. He takes one look. He sees it and he goes, "Go, you squirrel! Run for your lives!"
At the sound of it, it jumps off the rock in the other direction and is gone. Everyone else is awake. Stony is screaming his head off.
There's a squirrel! Die, squirrel!
But
It was going to eat all of you! Oh, but it ran away. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that could have gone so poorly.
Stony!
Oh,
Squirrels do not eat humans! Or
thank
elves!
goodness I was watching all of you. Oh,
Are you having a nightmare?
no, it had giant, ferocious fangs and the bushy tail and claws sharp enough to lacerate its victims. It
you
was there,
sure that
I swear.
Are you sure that that's the case, or were you just overreacting because you
I
hate
know what I
squirrels?
saw. Do not. Don't do. It was there. It was there. If you. It was there. I saw it with my own eyes. I observed it.
Okay. We will.
Yeah.
But it is vastly gone now. Thankfully.
We
Did any of
definitely
us see it?
believe you, Stony.
No, none of you saw it. You can go look for tracks or something.
Okay. Fern doesn't believe that it was real.
Neither does Sunny. Sunny believes that Stony fell asleep on watch and had a nightmare.
I'm not even awake yet, honestly.
You've been
Sorry.
awakened.
Yeah. I'm barely awake. I'm still hung up on squirrels aren't big enough to eat people.
You realize that it's much brighter in the day than you probably expected to be awakened.
It's daytime.
Uh,
You guys both
yes.
last watches?
Yes, I was merely taking Pieter's time because I figured that he might need more sleep. Yes, indeed.
Oh,
That's very good.
turn.
Well,
Pieta sits up and says, "Does anybody feel like eating breakfast?"
That's a Fabulous idea. I hope it has honey in it.
Mm.
I'll see. I'll try to see what I can whip up. You guys
Great.
like powdered eggs?
Powdered
Uh,
eggs and honey. Sounds great.
This is an excellent idea. However, Rip, weren't you the one who said that there was a storm coming on the way? Perhaps we could eat it while we hop on the horses and trot along.
A
Oh
storm.
yeah, we should. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna rain. Yeah, we should probably get underground before it starts storming. I have leftovers. Don't open this one. And I have the container with the spider. And I say, there's a friend in here. I caught a spider. There's a friend in here. Don't open it. He's really fast.
Wait, there's a storm coming.
Yeah. Oh,
Do-
yeah.
Spiders don't like storms, right?
Oh, no. Oh, that's probably where they were all running.
Or this gives us an opportunity to investigate places they would usually be.
That's a good point. Okay, great. Let me know when breakfast is ready, and I fall back down and stick my fingers into the earth to do a little communing before breakfast.
Okay.
Gotta talk to the great green goddess herself, you know?
While Paella is cooking us breakfast and Rip goes back to sleep, I want to gather over Stony and Fern and be like, come here. Sit down right there in front of me, please.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. I'm going to put on a little puppet show for you.
Oh,
Oh, delightful.
Sunny, we are already we've woken up later than we should have.
Oh,
I don't.
I know, but with this cooking, it'll be fine. It's like breakfast in a show.
Okay. All right.
I gather up Grim and I begin to tell a story about a young girl living in the forest with an old woman. And then one night she sent this girl to gather exactly 7 dewdrops from spider webs at exactly the stroke of midnight. And after accidentally putting 8 dewdrops in the vial, hoping the woman in the forest wouldn't notice, she brought it back to the house she was living. The woman then bound her to the spider webs in the forest for the next 7 nights, where she spent it without any food or water while spiders crawled all over her. And then I have Grim give a little bow at the end.
Oh, what a great
Uh,
story.
Then the two of you now have heroic inspiration, because I'm doing encouraging song as part of that new feat.
Perfect.
Superb. I feel inspired.
Sunny, that was great performance. Very
you.
convincing.
Thank you. I think while I have an audience, I might be working on my puppetry more as we all hang out.
Okay.
Lovely.
All right. Pieta serves you the worst breakfast you've ever had. He's so proud of
course.
it. He's so proud of it, but
Oh.
there's still like dusty parts and some of it's way too oily. But
Peter. This has flavor.
Yes.
thanks guys.
Lots of calories for the day.
Indeed, calories
Hmm.
It's
for
got
the day.
stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rip. It has stuff.
It has stuff.
This is really gross. I don't know what everyone's talking about, and I go and feed it to Grim.
Well,
Grim won't eat it. He's just a puppet.
it's you know, puppets have a very particular taste, Pieta. So,
Well, many restaurants get kind of mixed reviews, so I'll just start cooking for you guys every morning, and and I'm bound to get some more likes.
Perhaps I could be of assistance in the morning. Perhaps we could all assist at times.
great idea.
Mhm. Yeah.
You can help me clean up. I've got a couple pots and pans.
Perhaps
Oh, yeah.
even the prep work as well.
Yeah.
All right. Uh,
Team breakfast.
you you guys start cleaning up and prepping to leave. I guess. Anyone want to do anything before we leave the campsite? Did Rip
No.
want to do any communing, actual anything?
No, I think they got it when they laid back down while breakfast was being taken care of. I don't think it takes all that long, you know?
So everyone gets the benefit of a long rest, and the day's yours.
Well, have you come upon any other travelers? I didn't come upon anyone when I was out here.
Other than the wagon, we didn't see anybody.
Right.
Oh, I think that's who we saw coming down the mountain before when we were trying to follow Nimbus. And you remember we saw a wagon. We said, oh, there's travelers. I'm pretty sure it was them taking stuff from the mines.
Right. Stuff.
We almost had some of that stuff, but then Stony got caught and they got really mad. And
They did not
yeah,
like
they didn't like it at all.
Yes, that does tend to happen when you are trying to look at someone's stuff that they are trying to keep hidden. Maybe in the future, if I'm around, you can ask me for some help.
Yeah, you probably would have been better at the looking.
Where
Perhaps.
were you? You were there 1 minute and then now you're here again.
Oh, well, I had to go take a look and see if there were any other. Okay, you know the well that's in the middle of the town?
Yes.
And well, while we were at the Smith, they kept talking about how there might be passages under the town.
Mhm.
I wanted to see if perhaps the well was connected to a passage. It wasn't very fruitful,
Hmm.
but that doesn't mean that there aren't passages under the town. They're just not connected to the well.
Oh, yeah? I wonder how you get into them.
Hmm. Oh well, I guess you tried.
Thank you,
Even I
Sally.
must admit that there is some merit in doing so. Perhaps we might find some connection later, if we do indeed go below the town, that is.
Oh,
I shall keep this in my notes.
thank you, Stony. Oh,
Should we continue on our way to the mines before the storm gets us?
yes, unless we want to go further into the forest during the storm.
Oh.
Hmm. Which part of the forest? Because I feel like these spiders, honestly, they're kind of just everywhere.
Well, they do seem to be going in a similar direction.
Oh, yeah, I have a compass now.
Oh,
That's
wait,
right.
that's a spider.
There's a spider. He keeps trying to go with the other spiders.
Whoa. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, isn't it? He's really cute too. Do you want to see?
Yes. I take the jar and I completely take off the lid.
Wait!
There's a little black spider with these bright white pedipalps, these little feeler type things that are just swirling in front of his face, and it kind of adjusts itself and looks up at Sunny and just stays there.
Hi there. It is really cute. You are right.
Yeah. Maybe put the lid back on. I just don't want him to get away.
Oh. Okay. Bye, Mr. Spider. Lid back on.
Which way was he trying to go?
He
We
didn't
were
try to
just
go anywhere.
looking.
Oh,
Maybe the
He was
compass
trying
is
to go
broken.
somewhere.
Sunny, can you hand it back to Rip?
Hand it back to it.
And I just gently, barely open it to see where he's at, what he's doing.
He's facing the other direction. He turns around and looks at you and just looks.
Hey, bud. Okay.
Looks.
Maybe this is a good time to try to say hello?
This is a good time to try to say hello. Okay. And I'll cast Speak with Animals. Let's see. Hey, little buddy. Hey, guy. Hey, friend. How? Sorry about the box. Bummer, I know. Um, which way are your friends going? We can take you to your friends.
So, can you tell me how Speak with Animals works? Does it have anything to do with the intelligence of the creature?
Let's see. It reads, for the duration, which is 10 minutes, you can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. And you can use any of the influence actions, skill options with them, which I assume persuasion, intimidation, all that.
Right.
Most beasts have little to say about topics that don't pertain to survival or companionship, but at minimum, a beast can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever it has perceived within the past day.
Cool. So it doesn't matter that his intelligence is a 1.
No, it does not list any
Great.
limitations on the beast intelligence.
So he looks up and he kind of cocks his little head, as these little jumping spiders are super expressive. He cocks his head and says, "Hungry?"
Okay, give me 1 second. And I'll look around and see if we have any little gnats circling where we just finished up eating.
Yeah, because Sunny threw all her stuff on the ground. There's a couple flies buzzing around.
Okay, I'm gonna try and grab, those like slow little tiny kind of fruit fly ones that kind of meander.
Yep.
Since they're kind of slow, I'm gonna try and grab one of those.
Pieta will help you, so that gives
Yeah,
you advantage.
please. Hey, can you help me grab a fly, Pieta?
Sure. He pulls out chopsticks.
He has chopsticks.
What kind of check is this going to be?
Let's make it an attack. An
okay.
unarmed attack.
Cool.
With advantage.
Love it. Oh, who needs advantage when you have a dirty 20 on the first roll?
Okay, yeah, you
grab that little sucker.
Grab the fly.
Okay, and I'll put it in the little tin for him. There you go.
He jumps on your finger and takes the
good.
fly and tucks it under and starts chewing with his little fangs down here. Delicious.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, it's had some of our breakfast, so I'm glad you got to enjoy it. Where were you going last night when I grabbed you?
Music.
Oh, you heard music?
Chasing music.
Oh, that's cool. Did it sound like fun music or like scary music or like sad music?
Food music.
Food music. That's cool. Could you tell where it was coming from?
Yes.
Can we take you there?
Don't hear it.
Oh, bummer.
Music
Have
gone.
you have you heard it before last night?
Yes.
Oh, when was the last time you heard it before last night?
It's it's kind of moving around as if it's trying to think.
How many suns in between? Bright suns.
Same sun.
Same sun every night?
Two.
Does it happen every moon?
This many times. Every sun.
3 times every sun. 3
Three.
times a day? Oh, yeah, that's 3. That number is 3. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, so the first one is 1, and then it's 2, and then it's 3. And that's how many you can count, which is kind of cool. That's a lot of counting for a little guy.
One. Two.
That
Three.
was really good, man. You're really good at counting. Okay, well, would you mind hanging out with us until you hear the food music again? We'll protect you from birds and bugs and other predators. You can hang out with us. Pretend to be a
Roll
human. That might be
persuasion.
fun.
Roll a persuasion check. Without advantage.
Right. Not good at that. Oh my goodness. That's a 10.
Does he want to hang out with you?
Are we cool enough?
Uh,
No.
he says, hey, and jumps to the edge of the container. And then
Wait, what did he say?
bye.
Oh, no. Oh,
He jumps. You could probably catch him again, but he jumps
yeah.
down and extends the line, and he's kind of just
Yeah.
blowing.
Oh, okay. I'll hold his line and kind of fish him
Pull him
back
back
up
up. Yeah.
onto my hand. I watch a lot of jumping spider TikToks, you guys.
Yeah.
In my free time. So I'll bring him back up and I'll say, okay. You don't have to stay with us. Stay with us the whole time. Do you remember what like general direction the food music was coming from?
Jen, what? What?
Was it towards the mountains or away from the mountains or towards the sun or towards the moon?
Do music.
Okay. Well, you don't hear
Food
it now. Wait, food music?
music. Much food.
Sounded like a lot of food. Oh, it probably sounded like wings buzzing. That's what spiders eat. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions for him?
What did you say?
He heard food music last night, and that's where he was running, but he can't hear it now, which sounds a lot like what Nimbus was saying about feeling the tug.
Oh, you're right. Wait, food music, that's not
Mhm.
like people, is it?
I I don't think so. He's too small to eat a person. Look how little he is. Um, I don't know. I thought maybe it was wings buzzing because spiders like to eat flies. But that's where all the spiders were going last night, was to the food music.
Tell me, I do have a question.
Oh, okay. Tony has a question. He's the one with the
So,
goggles.
and Stony sort of like kind of squats down a bit to get like eye level or eyes level with the spider, and he says very
Turns to
gently,
look at you.
How do you feel about this music?"
Hey, how does
It-
the food music make you feel? Hungry. Yeah, that's hungry is kind of what
Is
I
it
figured food
is it
music would.
joyful?
I don't know, you just said food music.
Do you feel compelled?
Do you Oh, that's a good question. Do you feel like you want to follow the food music, or do you feel like you need to follow the food music?
Promise. Food. Much, much food.
Yeah, it's a lot of food. I get that. I don't think he knows the difference between need and want, if I'm being honest, Stoney. I'm not I don't know if he knows what those two things are.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, either way, I think that was rather fruitful. I shall note this down in my notebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He jumps
Well.
out right at your face.
Oh,
As a fly goes by, he catches it, and he's just swinging there, holding the fly by his thread.
that was cool. And I look around to everyone knowing this is going to be kind of gruesome, and I just kind of hold him up to where the moss is protruding from my prosthetic and let him, if he wants to chillax and eat there, he can.
Okay.
You guys invited a druid to the party. I don't know what to tell you.
So,
They're not icky, they're part of our world.
indeed. I thought the moss was more of a personal choice, but now I see its practical purposes.
It could be two things.
Stony, are you
Yes.
writing a book?
Am I writing a book? I would like to write a book, but first I must finish my experiments.
No, currently, in your hand. Are you
In-
writing a book?
No, I'm keeping notes.
Oh, that's a lot of notes. Uh,
Yeah.
what do they say?
Oh, well, a great number of things. Uh, uh, the first and foremost thing is at the top of the list at the moment is the particular conundrum that we are in right now, which is figuring out what is going on with this town. And then all the rest are my subsequent, theories and notes on, I'm sure it's rather boring to you.
Vern's already
It's-
checked out of the conversation.
That's what I thought.
Well, should we make our way?
While
Yeah,
you guys have been doing this, Pieta saddled up all your horses for you. He said, "Hey guys, ready to go."
You are getting much better at that, Peter. I must say, you are quite the handy young man.
Yeah, I don't really do anything else, so I figured I'd help.
What? Peter, you do many things. Many helpful things. I've seen you do it before. That's so strange to see you put yourself down like that.
Helping. No, I can kill the spider if you want me to.
No. He's okay. He's also on my face, you know?
We kill him. Can I have the dead body for like part of a hat?
Dead body?
The
What?
spider. If we kill the
Oh,
spider.
well, hopefully we won't kill this spider.
Okay.
This one might be a little too small to be a good hat.
Yeah.
Yes,
They
I
do
do
make
prefer.
fabulous wool.
I prefer it alive as well. It has been a wellspring of information, and I think it might actually rather provide more results that are conducive to our investigation.
You're okay with us having a spider, but you can't stand a squirrel.
Squirrels are different. Squirrels are vermin. They bite and they scratch, and they do so viciously.
I also bite and scratch.
Yes. And?
Never mind. Are we going to the mine?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, Pieta, thank you for saddling the horses. I guess we should head out. Uh, Rip, how far away is the storm?
That's a good question. I don't know, but I can check. And I am going to cast that Druidcraft cantrip again to see how far this storm is.
Okay. Yeah, if you get up on top of the rocks around you, you can see that they're a lot closer.
Oh,
The
hey.
clouds are a lot closer, and you can see rain in the distance. You figure you might have a couple hours before it starts to rain.
Oh, we should get moving. We've just got a couple hours.
Okay. We don't want to spook the horses. Let's go as fast as we can.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys jog up the hill. Your horses smell the storm coming, and they're plenty rested, so they're happy to get a move on and put some pep in their step. And you guys make good time. And in about 2 hours, rain starts pattering down, but you see signs of getting closer. And another cart with a soldier guard comes trundling down the path ahead of you guys at a good clip. Um, and you're going to have to move off to the side of the road to let them get by.
I
Is
kind
it
of ride up alongside Stony to kind of corral him off the road, and I'm just shaking my head at him. Don't talk to these ones. Well, we're not gonna. We know what's in there. We don't have to. Well, let's not bother them this time.
I wouldn't dare.
Okay, cool.
So 3 guards in front, 2 behind. The lead guard says, "What ho!" and they just keep on going.
Nice day.
Salutations.
And then they're gone, running down the hill.
That's a lot of soldiers for accompanying a cart. Do they
Yeah.
not think that that's not suspicious? Well,
Well, if they do think it's suspicious, then clearly they don't care.
true. That might not be a good sign. Oh well. Let's continue. And as they move forward, Fern is gonna let her horse kind of fall back a little bit so that she is next to Stony. And she's gonna look up into the rain, let it fall on her face, and just kind of like have a small shower, and then look to Stony and just quietly say, I arranged to have your family and the others protected as well as I could.
Well, yes, indeed. Thank you.
No thanks needed. They're important. It's just something I need to do.
Yes.
Right. Well, I will be going back to the front then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And she'll trot off.
Okay. Are you guys doing anything other than just riding forward?
Trying to keep half an eye on this little spider in case he decides he hears food music again,
Okay. As you're
which I'm sure Speak with Animals has worn off, but keep an eye on him.
So it's been a couple hours. He's still riding on your eyeball, basically.
Ugh.
Yeah. So, anybody else doing anything as we ride? Fern, what's your actually everybody passive perceptions?
14.
12.
Bernie's is 10 and Grimm's is 11.
All right.
I think
Go ahead, Stony.
it's low. I think it's like 11. I have here 13, but I don't think that's right.
Could be. Sorry, I'm looking something up. Yeah, got it. Fern, you see a group of people off to the side of the road, partially hidden, not really trying to hide, but wearing clothing that should be blending in. But you notice one of them, and as you look over at in that direction, you pick up a couple more. Just watching the road.
Are they grouped together or are they kind of spread out?
Fairly grouped, like all within 25, 30 feet of each other.
She is going to tense up and draw back so she's no longer at the front and just kind of mixed among the middle and pull her cloak up. And then who is in the middle of our little caravan?
I
Who's in
think
the middle?
Sunny would be traveling in the middle. Not really want to have to deal with being the pressures of being in the front or back.
Okay. So Fern will just very quietly kind of lean into Sunny. Sunny, I don't
Yeah?
want you to panic. It's fine.
Oh no. What's
No,
fine?
no. Don't panic. Don't panic, Sunny. It's gonna be okay.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. I've noticed there are some people on the side of the road. Do you see them?
Yeah. Oh, I'm assuming when she points it out, I can see them.
Roll a perception check.
That would be a nat 1.
Oh
So
no!
a total of 1.
You don't see him.
Is this like the squirrel thing this morning? Because I don't see anything.
Oh. Uh, okay, well, trust me, they are there. We need to keep a low profile, and hopefully, they're just normal guards of the mine.
Why don't we just say hi and see who they are?
Uh, hmm, I don't know that that's a good idea.
How many do you see?
How many do I see?
Well, you see at least two. Yeah, you see three.
There's 3 of them that I can see, but there
There's
may be more.
3 of them and 6 of us, so I think we'll be fine. We should just say hi.
Sunny. She's gonna reach out her hand and just kind of like grab onto Sunny's and give it a squeeze. You are so lovely. We can't be friends with everybody.
Mm, not if we
But
don't try.
fair. Maybe let's wait to try to be friends with the next people that we see.
Is that what everyone else wants to do too?
Do you want me to check with them?
Sure.
Okay. And so she'll fall back, uh, get next to Stony.
Ah, hello again.
Hello. Uh, there are some people up ahead.
Oh, wonderful. Perhaps they can tell us if we are there yet, or
Why
how
do
close we are.
all of you want to talk to everybody? No, these are people who are trying to camouflage into the environment.
Oh, so you are saying they are like bandits?
Well, I don't know that. They could just be guards of the mines. But I don't know whose guards.
So, do they have hostile intent or not? Or are you uncertain still?
I'm uncertain, but I want you to know that they're there.
Well, all right.
I've been sent to ask you if we should talk to them.
Well, hmm. If you are uncertain, then perhaps we can approach with caution. You are right, we do not have to talk to everyone. I was just merely suggesting that we elicit some small talk, as one does on the road. But if they are acting suspicious, then we shall have our hackles raised, as a cat does, perhaps.
Let us wait to see if they initiate conversation with us. And if they do, we'll use it as an opportunity to subtly find out more about who they are.
Yes.
All right. Good day. And she's gonna go back up to Sunny
Yes, I suppose so.
and give her a friendly little nudge with her elbow. All right. I'm gonna make you a deal. If they talk to us first, then we can talk to them. But
I like this. Okay.
no giving away what we're doing, okay?
I really don't really completely understand what we're doing, so got it.
Okay, maybe just don't talk about looking for anything in the mine.
Okay, we're looking for something in the forest.
Okay. Yeah. Um maybe we're just trying to find spiders, right?
And then Sunny raises her voice and be like, "Yes, we are searching for
No.
spiders."
Sunny, no, shush. Only if they talk to us first, Sunny. Okay?
Okay, I totally understand
No,
you,
no.
Fern.
All right. Thanks, Sunny. She's gonna pull her cloak down farther over her face and try to just like disappear.
So the intention is not to stop, right?
hmm
So you guys go walking past where these people are peering out from the rocks, and you see them kind of draw back a little, but you can still see they're watching. They look over at each other, and you see one of them go, shrug, and if you guys just walk on by, that's what you see.
While we're close, I'm just going to be like to Rip, what lovely weather we're having today, is it not? In a very loud voice.
As
It's
the rain comes down.
it's rain. Yeah, I mean the rain is really good for the plants this time of year, really good for the crops. What's really coming into season right now this time of year is wheat. It's really coming in big this time. And then once they take out the wheat, they're going to harvest all the wheat. And then after that, I think they're supposed to be planting corn next. I've been trying to get them to plant beans with the corn for ages, but they just won't listen to me about that one. And I'm just going to keep rambling on about crop cycles for a little bit.
Okay. You leave these people behind. Unless you want to do something else.
I
Okay.
have my orders.
I don't think I even saw them. Fern didn't tell me they were there. I don't have that high of passive perception.
Nope.
I'll
Nobody else
find out about
noticed.
this later.
Okay. And so about 30 minutes later, you come up to where you can hear it before you get there. There's people talking and yelling, and you can hear like the bustle of a camp, even though it's still raining. And you come up on this rise that the top of the mountain or the side of the mountain has been flattened. It's kind of been mined into a flat, like campsite that's maybe the size of a football field. Not perfectly rectangular or anything, but that basic size of area. And there's a crack, like an off-centered crack in the mountain that looks like the mountain itself broke there, but then at the bottom of this big crack, there is a cave entrance that does have timbers supporting the entranceway. And camped here, there's about 50 tents. There are wagons, some of them partially loaded. The wagons are all heavily reinforced with iron bands, like really heavy wagons. There's lots of ropes and tarps and tools and very few people milling around in the rain, but there are soldiers that are stationed. And as you guys ride up, a couple soldiers with halberds walk up and say, "Hello, what's your business here?"
Morning, afternoon. Uh,
Good
we
day.
yes, Stoney's mother works here. We just wanted to come say hello and make sure that they have everything they need.
Can you make a deception check for me, please? I mean, I assume you realize Stoney's mother does not work there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 14.
Okay. Let's see what they. Actually, they wouldn't care what you said. Uh, Stoney. Oh, Stoney. So this one is a male dwarf, and the other one is a female drow, and they have their halberds crossed in your path. And the dwarf says, "Ooh, Stony."
That would be I. I am of the Iron Box. He's sort of like with side eyes like Fern a little bit.
Your mother in here?
Well, yes. Diota, the Iron Box, surely she is here.
Hold on. He looks over at the drow and he cocks his head and she walks away. Checking on this. Diota. I don't know her. You all way up from Gladewell, are you?
We are.
Just to visit your mum.
Well, Something of the sort.
Alright. Anything happening I need to know about down yonder? It's been about a fortnight.
Seen any spider sightings lately? They seem to be more active these days.
Aye, well, not up here. I heard from some of my mates in the forest below. Haven't seen any roundabouts here.
Wait, you guys aren't seeing any spiders in the mines at all? I kind of peer around. Everyone, you're not. Hold on, you're not seeing any spiders. There's no spiders that you guys are seeing in the mines.
I mean, sometimes.
Oh, okay,
Little
okay.
spider
That's
here
normal.
and there.
Yeah.
But no attacks.
Spider attack? Up? No. Not. You mean the big ones down below? No.
Yeah.
Nothing like that up here. Is that what all the jibber jabber's about down Gladewell?
It is.
We don't get no fun up here. We just stand in the rain. Or sun. Or cloudy days. Sometimes a little bit of both. He's looking around, just kind of waiting and waiting.
Is the pay nice at least?
Soldier pay. Same up here as it is below. Your
Seems
mother
that's
must
not
be
enough.
Eh?
Not enough, am I right?
Never. But could be worse. Could be nothing. So, your mother must be making out right nice these days, eh? Working in the mine and whatnot.
One would certainly hope. I don't see any of that. Mostly just some ore left over here and there, but she mostly sells it. No use in the hands of one that is not a blacksmith.
How's it?
Contractual work, yes. You say.
I see, yeah. Well, could be a better day. Not super lovely standing out here in the rain and all. 4 of you, 5 of you, 5 of you, eh? 5. I see you back there. 5.
Yeah.
There's 6 of us, and are you gonna let us by? It is currently raining.
Well, I mean, can't let you just walk on in, can I? Gotta wait for orders, see what they say. My friend, Stemmen will be back in a mo. We'll see.
Wait,
Maybe they'll
orders
turn
from
you
who?
away. Mine boss. Checking with the mine boss, ain't we?
Yeah, I know who we're talking about. But as a test, what is their name?
Yes, to me. Of course, you know it's Elder Rockmallow.
Yeah, I like to call him Rock Marshmallow.
I'm sure he loves that. You better not say it to his face, though. He's snappy, that one.
Right. So when will he be by?
Oh, he won't come out here in the rain. You kidding me? You seen what he wears. He can't get that wet.
You're so right. So how about you just let us pass and we'll go speak to him. And then if he wants to send us home, we'll be on our way, but we'll
Well,
make it easier on him to go
I'd
speak
love
with him
to. You
first.
seem a nice bunch, but nope, that's not my job. My job is to keep you right here until he gives the okay.
Seems like
Just,
things are much more heavily guarded these days.
well, sure. Looks over at Sonny. Just hold your horses there, lass.
Oh yes,
Literally.
I am holding the rein.
Exactly. It's where the expression comes from, you know.
Oh. No, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. A little
Ah.
piece of wisdom for today on you.
Well, what if we offer you something in return just to like let us through this one time?
That would be called a bribe.
Yes,
And
that
I-
would
Stony is now looking at Sunny, a little concerned, but he's going to wait for his response now.
He says that would be called a bribe, and I can't take one today. Or ever. No, I can't take a bribe. People are watching, and I never take a bribe.
right. And if you were to walk with us this way a little bit, just to escort us away a little, and then where people cannot quite see, you take a bribe then.
This is my post, lassie.
Why
Oh,
are we so good at our jobs here?
Here comes Stemmen now. And this drow soldier comes jogging up. He doesn't know them, but he says bring him over and he'll take a look. Well, all right then. Follow me. Follow us. And these two turn around. He's got kind of a long double braided beard. His hair is no helmet, so his hair's kind of slicked back in the rain. He's got chainmail that's slightly rusty. And she's wearing the same general outfit, but she does have a little helmet with a point on, Iman style. And so they walk you over toward a bigger tent, and the rain's still pattering down. And you can park your horses over there, tie them to you see the rail. We don't have a corral or any kind of pen for them. For now, just go put them out there. No place to put your stuff out of the rain, sorry.
We can just bring our stuff with us, grab our backpacks.
Well, yeah, all right, let's tie up your horses. Here we go. Oh, you do that quite well, young fella. You don't need my help? All right.
Are we around any of the like mine workers nearby?
Most of the people outside or inside, or out where you are, under tents, inside tents, flaps closed, since it's raining. You can see there's the mine entrance over there, and there's a couple people kind of standing around in front of it. But nobody's actively working out here.
Okay. Is there a kind of uniform?
A mining uniform?
Is there anything that is common that,
Soldiers are wearing uniforms.
but as far as the workers, they're all just in different, there's nothing to differentiate that this is
I
a
mean,
miner.
they have like very dirty clothes, overall type work clothes, heavy boots, like huge forearms and hands. I mean, if you had a set of dirty work clothes, you might fit in.
What I was thinking about. Okay, Fern is going to try to kind of nonchalantly melt away from the group while the horses are being tied up.
All right.
And see if she can obtain any kind of props and or costumes that she could possibly utilize to blend in with the camp.
All right. So there are two guards about to escort you into the tent, and they just counted you. How is Fern going to slip away? They're standing right there with you. It's possible if you come up with something.
Okay. Fern is going to mutter very quietly under her breath, "I'm so sorry." And then she is going to cast Minor Illusion so that it looks like there is a squirrel crawling up onto Stony's shoulder.
You dick! Yeah, Stony instantly begins to freak out. No!
And she's gonna try to use that crazy distraction to melt away.
All
I'm trying
right.
to jump up and swat it off of his shoulder. Ah!
Okay.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah. Okay, so this craziness happens. How long does the spell last?
It lasts.
A minute?
1 minute. Yes. There
1
we go.
minute. Okay. So there's a squirrel on Stony's shoulder. Stony, do you know that it's fake
Maybe not. Probably not at first.
at the
I think
outset?
his gut is out at the outset. It's but I think as he's so. How does the minor illusion stick with him on his shoulder? Because it's supposed to be like a stationary illusion, right?
I would
Uh,
say if she parks it on you and then you move, it probably would go with you.
yeah.
Okay. So so he sees it. He sees it the first time. He just instantly starts jumping around. Sees that it isn't getting off him. So he's like rolling around on the ground. Still sees it on him, and then he begins to catch on like, oh, I just got pranked again. And at that point, I think he would try to hide this squirrel somehow. He just wouldn't like. He's like ah, and he's like lying on the ground, hopefully like covering the squirrel illusion up. He's not sure how to handle embarrassing himself in front of all of these people he doesn't know.
Oh, so I'm gonna roll an intelligence check. What's your spell DC, Fern?
Um, it is. Where are my spells?
Should
Um,
be
that's
8
a good
plus
question.
your spell casting modifier and then your proficiency.
Well, I mean, it's just a cantrip, and I don't know if I have a spellcasting modifier.
It's probably 13 or
So
14.
you're a what class are you?
A rogue?
Oh,
Hmm.
what do
Where's
you
So
what
proficiency is 2, so 10
Yeah.
plus.
10 plus
Oh,
whatever you use to like if you were to cast an attack spell, what
What do you
attribute
add?
would you use?
do you have an attack spell? No,
No.
this is probably pretty
Oh,
much
this is
the
a
only
feat.
spell you've got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah,
feat for
okay.
being an elf.
So it would be
Oh, I see.
like a 10. It's
Okay.
not very convincing. Uh, but since Stony is flailing around and it's hard to get a good look, it's not like they can look and see this thing. I'm going to
Oh, can
say
I check
you
it
have.
too?
Sure. I'm going to say
Okay.
you've got about 45 seconds to do whatever you need to do and get back with the group. What are
Okay.
you doing?
How far away are other tents?
Not far. I like the nearest one, maybe 15 feet, and then the next one beyond it might be another 30 feet.
Okay. Um, did when we went into the tent just previously, what did it look like inside of it?
You haven't gone in yet.
Oh, I
You're
thought we were
just
inside.
tying up
Okay.
your horses. You're
Okay.
still in the rain.
Then she will she's going to slip around to actually go into the tent before the others do. And
Okay. The one that you are nearest to is the tent they were taking you to. Is that the one
okay.
you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um
So you cast the spell, and as soon as it leaves your mind and manifests, you're off. You're running. Okay, you run into the tent.
what do I see?
You see a very posh atmosphere. It's like someone took an office from a well-to-do establishment and plopped it right here. There's thick rugs on the ground. There are tapestries hanging down the inside. There's a beautiful ornate wooden desk in the middle with quills and a nice ornamental magnifying glass laying there. And sitting at the desk is um, a very well dressed dwarf with an oiled black beard, and it's not a big bushy like typical dwarf beard. It's finely pointed and very oiled. His hair slicked back. Are you stealthing into this tent, or are you just dashing in?
We're gonna stealth.
Okay, roll it.
As a 19.
I don't think he can beat that. Let me see what a noble's stats are. When you look it up, it says noble monster. Uh, so his wisdom is +2. So he got a 16. He is working and doesn't look up as you dash into this tent.
Okay. Near the front where she just came in, are there any like very small but expensive looking trinkets?
Not near the front. You see like an oilskin jacket. You see like a long jacket. You see a pair of work boots. Um, there's a little shelf with gloves, a couple of pouches on that shelf, a couple of tools laying there.
Where does she see anywhere in the room other than on the desk any expensive looking trinkets?
Behind him, shelves behind him, yes. There's I'm not sure what there are actually. Let's see. What would there be in it? It's like office type stuff, but there are a few knickknacks that might be well carved pieces of stone in shapes of maybe horses or a hammer, um, different
Okay.
things like that.
Okay. Then okay, I think this is all she needs to know then. So she is going to slink back outside and replace herself in the group.
Okay, easily done. You take a quick peek, you take it all in, you step back out. And you're still fairly close to everyone, so they don't miss you. At this point, the squirrel is kind of trapped under Stony on the ground, and when you step out, the guards are like, "Wow, what is it?" And they're trying to hold Stony down and pull this cape off. And when they do, there's nothing there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
she dismissed
word.
the cantrip.
That was a really big squirrel.
You look like a
Woo!
squirrel.
It almost got you, Stony.
What?
Stony does tend
God.
to attract them.
Squirtle magnet.
Stony stands up very slowly.
I'm really sorry about that, young fella. He tries to dust you off. Sorry, and it's not dust. You're like covered in mud from flopping on the ground. We don't usually get the squirtles round about here. Rock
Yes.
squirtle must have been, but sure did dash off. I didn't see it go.
Yeah, it was fast. It was a quick one.
Must
And I
have
kind
followed
of
us.
look pointedly at Fern.
She's just gonna kind of subtly wink.
Well, that was odd. You ready to go meet Rockmellow?
Yes, please.
See if Phil let you go visit your ma. So they just kind of push open the tent flap. Here they are. And the soldiers both kind of walk away back to their post. And you guys are left standing looking into this office, this beautiful wooden desk, this dwarf with a long pointy black beard and slick back hair. He looks up. Why, hello. Stony, you have seen and spoken with this fellow before. Roll a history check to see if Stony recalls anything from that conversation.
That is a 24.
You absolutely remember as you pointedly went to him to inquire about apprenticeships or something like that in the mining industry, and he gave you a bunch of facts about accounting and whatnot, working your way up through hard work and etc. 5 years ago. This is Eldir Rockmallow, the head of the mining guild.
So Stony has been glaring daggers into Fern, and so the moment that he sort of talks to Stony, breaks him a little bit from his reverie, and he sort of has to collect himself a little bit. Goes, oh, Elder Rockmellow, is that? It's hello. It's been quite some time, 5 years to be exact.
He stands up. Do we know one another?
Yes. The celebration that we had that many years ago, we had a small chat. I was uncertain of the direction I wanted to go and wanted to know what kind of work was offered with you, and I ended up going to the Alabaster Lyceum, but I still try to find the best materials one can find, and I know that my mother works here, and no finer materials come from your line of business.
What a surprise. And he stands up and walks out from behind his desk. And he looks at all of you. I feel that I've seen you all before. Where might... Why, you are the heroes of the Gladewell celebration. Still together. Still together. Well. And you say your mother works here, do you?
Oh, contractual work. You see, she works on the Ironbark farm, but the rocks still call to her occasionally. It's good exercise, you see.
Well, my word. Well, would you like to see the mine? I might as well show the heroes of Gladewell around. Certainly, I do not know. Unfortunately, I do not know if your mother is here at this moment. I can send someone to find out, and I certainly shall, but I'd like to show you around.
Oh, we would be most delighted. Wow, what generosity! Very much appreciated. Thank you so very much.
Well, it's the least I could do for such a fine young group of people. We are very proud of it, and uh, he starts talking about numbers and the amount of ore they've been able to produce, quantities like units per day, and he gets really technical as he
Stony is
follow me.
engrossed. He is so engrossed. He loves this.
And he says things like occasionally, well, perhaps you can join me up here sometime. It would be quite an adventure to have someone from the esteemed Iman actually come work up here from time to time. And he goes back into numbers. So he escorts you guys to the entrance to the mine. And you see inside the mine, there is a pathway that leads in and branches off here and there in different directions with it's supported by beams of heavy wood, and there's lanterns lighting up down these pathways. And he says, truly, we are doing some innovative work here in this mine, most of it very, very deep and far below, which directly ahead you can see our elevator shaft. And you look forward and it just drops off into nothing. There's the equipment to pull it up, but the elevator is not on this level. And you can go to the edge and look down. And every 50 feet or so, you can see another lantern with tunnels coming off of it. But it goes really, really far. In fact, it goes so far that it's so dark down there you can't even see the lantern light anymore. You can see it goes very, very deep, hundreds of feet at least.
This is mightily impressive. Is this elevator completely automated?
Well, interesting you should say that. It is not. In fact, the elevator operator, must use his own weight and musculature to run the thing himself. That is why we hire ogres. And as he's speaking, you can see the tackle and the ropes and the pulleys are actually in use. The rope is running through it, but the elevator's still not in sight. Yes, quite. We have ogres who are occasionally they rotate out on shifts. Right now, I believe Buck is the one who is working, but I can't be sure. There are 4 or 5 of them. We can only hire certain ogres, as you can imagine, because many are, shall we say, untamed or uncivilized at the very least. But the ones who come looking for work, of course, we put them to work, and they are excellent at all manner of tasks.
Well, I hope I am not too forward in saying I am hoping to be a great inventor one day, and I would love to supply you with your very own automated, magical, operated elevator one day. Of course, it would have to be somewhere in the far future, but I have plenty ideas and many experiments that have worked so far.
What do you mean? Like a floating elevator that comes and goes as it wishes? Or as you require?
Mostly. Rather, think of it as powered by magic. Instead of the strands of rope in the physical realm, think of the strands of ley line that cover and permeate the space around you. Now, imagine if you were able to use those strands to your will, but not only that, command things that are machinations like a pulley and lever and...
Slow down. You are going too fast for me. It's amazing that you think of such things so quickly. Now, I have a head for numbers, and I'm good at what I do, but these fanciful observations and arcane talk and conversations are not quite in my ken of understand. And then as he's saying all this stuff, you hear a voice say, hang on. You hear a voice say, Rockmallow, what are you doing? You turn to see a bald human wearing, actually a bald dwarf, another dwarf, shaved head, wearing all red robes with a very severe expression on his face. This site, as you know, is off limits to visitors, and certainly for tours. He almost spits his words. And Rockmellow says, Why, Thrum, these are the heroes from down below, from Gladewell. You remember 5 years ago, these are the winners of the contests. Remember what a day that was. And Thrum, it matters not. There are no visitors allowed. And about that time, you hear another voice. Well, my stars, look who it is. And you look over and see a female human, also with a bald head, also in red robes, freckly face. You spoke with her 5 years ago. Did I hear you say the heroes of Gladewell? Why, I'll be dogged. You recognize her also from that day. If you roll a high enough history check, let's say a 13 or above, you will remember her name.
Uh,
That's a 22.
Stoney knows her name. This is
No, I'm
Arcanist.
bad with names.
This is Arcanist Twirly. She says, Thrum, stop being so severe. Back off. And he looks over at her with a frown. Twirly, off limits. And she says, now come on now. What y'all doing here?
we.
And that's where we'll stop tonight's episode.
Oh, thank goodness. We have 7 days to come up with an answer.
I have so many
All right.
questions for these people and no answers for them.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching, everyone. This has been a fun adventure where pretty much nothing happened, but we had a lot of fun doing nothing. All right, some stuff happened. Stuff happened the whole time, but nothing.
Stoney was attacked by a squirrel.
That's true.
And for no reason.
And he
Not
was
for no
almost
reason.
attacked by a dire squirrel. Or was he? Guys, thanks for coming along on this journey with us. We love doing it, and we hope to see you back next week when we will be Zeros to Heroes once again. This has been session 9, and we're moving slowly along, and things will eventually start getting all spicy. So, thanks, guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Zeros to Heroes with Dicey Decisions.
Is this episode 8? Or is it 9 or 8?
This was 9. 9.
This was 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the title is wrong. We've been episode 8 this whole time.
We may be zeros to heroes, but we're not that great at counting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not,
Zero's the only one we know. So, 0 and 1 are the only two numbers we know so far. Eventually, we'll get to 2.
Yeah. Well, if you're counting, we had 6, 0 sessions and 9, so we're up to
Yeah.
episode 15.
Yeah.
Nice. We're
I don't know
creating.
about you guys. I taught a spider to count all the way to 3. So
You did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that was-
better than most of us then.
I can at least count to 3.
Awesome.
Well, if you're still watching us, I think we're still on. We're just going to start talking about other stuff until Scott realizes we're out. So I hear him in the distance now.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.